First floor, the main hall. Mukuro continued moving forward, and was fortunate enough to not encounter Sakura or Mondo. With no interference from anyone, she made her way to a hall as large as the gym, and stood before the sealed main entrance. Suddenly, Monokuma popped out from the shadows to block her path.
Well, what do we have here, Monokuma? Well, it seems that we have the ultimate disappointment here, Monokuma. I don't think that we're gonna need her anymore, so let's kill her.
Within this hole that resembled a nuclear bomb shelter, or depleted with all manner of heavy weaponry, Monokuma's silhouette was conspicuously out of place here. His laughter rang throughout the room as he wiggled his body from side to side.
What were you doing at the nurse's office? Did you eliminate your rival for Makoto's affections? Or did you help play matchmaker instead? Either way, don't you think it's kind of adorable to put Makoto and Kyoko in this kind of situation together? If this were a suspense film, those two would be the last couple standing.
Yeah, blah blah blah.
But if this was a horror film, they'd just die anyway. The killer was alive all along. Splat goes the blood, plop goes the meat. I'm a huge fan of endings where the characters think they're gonna live, but they're really headed to a final definition. Wait, what the hell is a detonation? What does that even mean?
Despite Monokuma's angry complaints, Mukuro remained unperturbed. Okay, I don't know. God damn it, I have a problem with that word. She continued to stare icy daggers at Monokuma, as if she was waiting for him to finish speaking.
Well, anyway, I'm just so sad right now. The regulations breaking delinquent is disrupting the harmony of this peaceful academy. I can't even keep one of my students from running wild. Time to say goodbye to your incompetent headmaster. I'm gonna use Monokuma Evolution to become a big Magnum headmaster and mold you into a decent student.
Monokuma Evolution? I don't think I really like where that is gonna go. As long as he said that, Monokuma extended his claws and waddled toward Mukuro.
So if I'm gonna mold you, then I gotta kill you first!
Right as he finished speaking, Monokuma suddenly charged at Mukuro like a spiked volleyball. Oh god! Mukuro, dodge it! Mukuro was faster, and dodged Monokuma's attack. Yes! She jumped back, keeping her distance from Monokuma just in case his claws could extend even longer. Just then, a shadowy figure appeared next to her. Huh? Mukuro twisted her body to its limits, and just narrowly evaded the figure's attack. Oh, it can't be that it's Sakura or anybody. When she had landed on the floor, she immediately saw...
So what does the immortal Claire want, anyway? Are you gonna tell the others the truth and escape with them? Even though you know what the outside world is like right now?
Two Monokumas were speaking to Mukuro in unison.
Honestly, I don't mind if you do that. I can just imagine the look on everyone's face when they discover truth. It fills me with such heart-throbbing excitement!
The two Monokumas continued to speak in stereo sound.
You said you'd destroy my plans, but there's no happy ending waiting for you, no matter which route you take. And you only have yourself to blame for that. Oh, don't tell me you thought they'd be grateful to you. I mean, if you guys escape here, you think they'll still forgive you when they get a whiff of that nasty air outside? Some of them might prefer to stay in school, and some of them might resent you for being kind and showing them the truth. But then again, this is all your fault anyway, so it doesn't really matter what they think of you.
No, it's definitely not her fault. It's not all her fault.
Monokuma made a little mistake.
Despite facing down two Monokumas, Mukuro's expression didn't waver. She understood that controlling two Monokumas simultaneously was a piece of cake for Junko. Mukuro drew an arm-length metal bar from seemingly nowhere and readied herself. Okay, so she cannot control a Monokuma and the surveillance cameras at the same time, and yet she can control two Monokumas at the same time? Well, speaking in unison and all that, I guess that is easy and all that, but Controlling two Monokumas from two different positions, that's a little bit, It was the remains of the force stand from the nurse's office, sharpened to a pointed weapon. With a weapon in hand, Mukuro responded in a cold, mechanical tone. That's fine. I'm already used to that. None of the fear she felt when Monokuma suggested that Makoto would blame her appeared on her face. Her path was clear to her now, and she calmly issued her demand to Monokuma. Junko, open the gates. The shock of such a straightforward demand left both Monokumas momentarily speechless, but soon they replied.
Huh? Why?
So we can all leave together. Another straightforward answer. Both Monokumas faced each other and began gesturing as they were whispering to one another.
I don't know, she's fucking crazy. Cool.
Mukuro knew their movements were intended to mock her. Unmoved, she continued to speak to Junko directly. I think they'll understand if I show them the outside world. And then they'll stop doubting Makoto.
You'll always find new ways to disappoint me, Mukuro. Did you forget why the school has an air infiltrate? Did you forget why the school has an air filtration system?
It's true that the air outside is polluted, but I don't think it'll kill us immediately. Besides, it's better than being trapped in the school and forced to kill each other. It's true that the air outside is polluted, but I don't think it will kill us immediately. Besides, it's better than being trapped in the school and forced to kill each other.
Oh, how can you be so sure the others will go along with you? You know what I mean, right? Before the former headmaster got turned into space dust, he interviewed the others and they all agreed that they wanted to stay in the school. That was before their memories had been even erased. Do you really want to betray their wishes?
Mukuro blinked and slowly stepped forward. I don't really care about their feelings.
Oh?
You're all I need, Junko. So don't worry. I'm always watching out for you. I'm going to make sure you feel despair. And I'm going to make Makoto and the others happy. If you want to revel in your own despair that badly, then I'll trust the hope Makoto gave me, and take my chances with them instead of you. Ooh, hot damn! Mukuro's brief but powerful words caused the Monokumas to turn and talk to each other again.
Oh my, this doesn't look good at all, Monokuma, eh?
This child doesn't realize. Okay, I guess so they're doing, they're gonna do what I was doing before. This child doesn't even realize her own hypocrisy. This child doesn't even realize her own hypocrisy.
She's so disappointing that she's starting to reach critical mass, right, Monokuma B?
The two Monokumas looked at Mukuro, who seemed ready to destroy them, and said,
What do you think, Monokuma C?
Mukuro was taken aback by their question, but her instinct suddenly kicked in as she immediately dodged away. At that moment, the third Monokuma, claws extended, passed by where her head had been previously. This new Monokuma unit landed with several spins and faced Mukuro, who had clung to the remains of a surveillance camera still attached to the ceiling.
I agree with you both, A and B.
The three Monokumas lined themselves up. To the students left inside the academy, this sight would have been akin to a nightmare.
Right?
The three units began speaking in perfect harmony as their 6 eyes looked at Mukuro. Suddenly, they each jumped away in 3 separate directions and kicked off one of the walls. The path of each unit's triangular attack all converged on a single point, Mukuro, who was still clinging to the ceiling. She was surrounded by razor-sharp claws coming at her from different directions, but the situation wasn't even a nightmare to Mukuro. Compared to the time she fended off 3 assassins who had invaded her camp one night back when she was still a member of Fenrir, this was nothing! This thought crossed Mukuro's mind as she dangled from the ceiling with one hand and thrashed her limbs around like a tornado. Intercepted by this move, then Monokumas fell to the floor with a loud crash. Mukuro landed on the ground and chased after one of them, brandishing her metal bar. Suddenly, she stopped moving and took a huge leap back. One of the Monokumas exploded with a deafening roar! He had detonated a bomb inside of him in an attempt to take Mukuro down with him! but thanks to her honed battlefield instincts, Mukuro managed to avoid the explosion. She looked toward the hallway, expecting this explosion to have attracted the attention of Sakura and the others. But she didn't hear any footsteps. Approaching. Monokuma's voice rang from within the dense smoke.
Oh, you don't have to worry. I already told the other students to assemble in the cafeteria. They were eager to follow my orders after I told them I disarmed the poison gas, and that a special police unit was coming to them. I'm pretty sure Kyoko and the others are all in the cafeteria by now. I'm sure Makoto is with them too. I doubt Sakura will get too rough again, but I'm sure Byakuya will torture Makoto once he wakes up. I can just imagine him rubbing salt or pouring soy sauce into his open wounds. I'm getting all hot and bothered right now.
She listened to Monokuma's overlapping voices. Mukuro tilted her head slightly and asked, I'm pretty sure they're going to find out that you lied about that special police unit. Are you really okay with that?
No worries! We'll say deal with you. I don't care at all if they found out I was mine.
Man, even more Monokumas are coming right now.
You still don't get it. You're such a disappointment.
It suddenly dawned on Mukuro. Another reason why Monokuma didn't care when the students found out he lied. But rather, that the voices of the Monokumas in the smoke were gradually increasing in number. As the smoke had started to clear, the shadows of 3 Monokumas... Oh my god. How am I even gonna edit this? Am I really gonna have like 6 Monokumas voiced at the same time? The one that exploded couldn't have arrived. The one that exploded couldn't have revived, so a new one must have come to take its place. Oh my fucking god, how many Monokumas are there gonna be? Oh my god, Mukuro. But there's no way Mukuro only heard 3 Monokumas talking just now. As if to prove her hearing had been accurate, the Monokumas suddenly made their move. The 3 Monokumas bent over and began twirling their upper bodies. From behind them, Monokumas emerged, like after images brought to life. The second row of Monokumas mimicked the earlier ones, with only 1 frame of delay, revealing even more Monokumas behind them. Eventually, Mukuro realized that there were 3 rows containing 10 Monokumas each. What?! There are 3 rows containing 10 Monokumas each! There are like 30 Monokumas! How is that even possible in such a tiny room like this?
Did you know this is called a circle dance?
Monokuma's 3D voices spoke in perfect harmony as they divulged information that had nothing to do with the current situation. Yeah, I doubt it. I'm gonna be able to edit like 30 fucking voices synchronized at the same time. Mukuro already knew the multiple Monokumas were positioned throughout the academy, but only Junko knew how many Monokumas actually existed. Mukuro had no way of knowing that these 3 Monokumas were part of a larger contingent. The flock of 2-toned teddy bears continued to tour around. Mukuro felt like she was being bombarded with hypnotic images. I forgot. I guess Mukuro said before that... I think it was said before that this entrance hall is as big as the gym. Even though it doesn't look at it as it is as big as the gym myself, but faced with this abnormal sight, the ultimate soldier remained calm and maintained her focus. She was nothing like the girl who had panicked earlier in the gym, when Makoto was impaled, and she stood before 30 emissaries of despair. She slowed her breathing and allowed her heart rate to accelerate. It was instinct, not fear or panic, that sent her blood racing throughout her body, speeding up the reaction time of her cells. As her senses sharpened, the Monokumas began speaking to her again.
Oh, don't worry. I'll make sure Makoto doesn't die. As long as everyone lives, I can reset their memories as many times as I want. That's right! All your effort, hope, dreams, and determination are going right in the garbage heap.
The Monokumas took turns speaking in groups of 10. As if the mastermind controlling the Monokumas wanted to show off her ability to manipulate them. However, the ultimate soldier knew what the true purpose behind all this was. She strained her ears to their limit and noticed a certain sound hidden among the Monokuma's voices. Huh? What do you mean? Mukuro's face remained perfectly still as she kicked out off the floor. The moment she moved to the side, a roaring sound shook the entrance hall. The sitting mounted turrets in front of the gate started raining bullets down on Mukuro. Oh no! The mounted turrets too? The Monokumas were just the mastermind's decoy while she tried to blow her away. As if further trapping her, the Monokumas charged at Mukuro through the storm of bullets. Mukuro guessed that the mastermind programmed their movements in advance, so they wouldn't get hit by a single bullet. She ran for the gates, evading waves of bullets, and closed every step of the way. Oh my god! 2 turrets and 30 fucking Monokumas! How in the world is Mukuro gonna be able to survive this? Programming 30 Monokumas and 2 turrets, while also predicting Mukuro's escape route. This would be considered impossible for anyone, but Mukuro knew it was possible for Junko. As ultimate despair, she possessed despair-inducing abilities that surpassed the capabilities of any normal human. Her display of power was only for filling Mukuro with despair. Despair. The scene playing out in front of Mukuro was brimming with despair. The adorably deadly Monokumas laughed and danced like reapers as bullets whizzed through the air. It was despair to the point of absurdity, and it was all for Mukuro. But in the presence of such despair, Mukuro felt a strange serenity. For me? Junko's doing all this for me. Junko, are you watching me right now? In the end, perhaps Mukuro really was a disappointment. She clenched her fists. Junko, thank you. The sound of gunfire overshadowed her whisper, and Mukuro fell completely silent. As a member of ultimate despair, Mukuro's heart was filled with joy. Though she was filled with emotion, her eyes had lost their sparkle. Silence filled the air. Even the gunfire from the turret seemed to stop for a moment. But that was only an illusion to the one controlling Monokuma. Something strong enough to silence the gunfire and avoid being picked up by the sensors spread throughout the school, with Mukuro at the center. I'll make sure I do this right. With that final thought, she closed her mouth and turned off her emotions. As she ran through the waves of scorching bullets, the air around her began to grow colder. As this coolness spread into her heart, it began to beat in a mechanical fashion. Several seconds later, Mukuro's body and mind melted together and became one with her surroundings. Her temperature now dominated the battlefield. Despair, bullets, and Monokumas filled the area. Mukuro predicted their movements and jumped into the air without any hesitation. One of the Monokumas jumped at her, but she avoided his attack, kicked his body, and launched herself in mid-air. Damn! Bullets burst through the space Mukuro was previously occupying, striking the fallen Monokuma right through its internal bomb. The impact of the bullet caused it to explode. Sending fiery Monokuma parts everywhere. Oh! As she rode a blast wave, Mukuro balanced herself in mid-air as she kicked away 3 Monokumas that leaped after her. She moved so gracefully she was practically flying! In contrast, the Monokumas threw themselves into the path of coming bullets, exploding one after the other. Oh my god, this is exciting, ladies and gents! Let her go! Let her moves! Those smooth moves of the ultimate soldier. Something exploded near the main entrance, but their blast didn't even leave a scratch! With full control over the entrance hall, Mukuro evaded bullets and confirmed that the bombs inside Monokumas weren't enough to destroy the door, but she refused to stop. Mukuro needed to get information on what she must do to escape the academy. She had no desire to kill Junko. Mukuro wanted to fill Junko with despair by instilling hope into the future of Makoto and the other students. That was Mukuro's ultimate goal. Get information. In contrast to her determination, her mouth stayed shut. But this did not mean Mukuro was not currently speaking to Junko. This situation, this battle of death and destruction was conversation of sorts for Mukuro. All she knew how to do was fight. She thought she wasn't interested in anything else. She thought she didn't need anything else. All Mukuro needed to be was a sword to fulfill her sister's desire for despair. That purpose alone was the crux of her existence, and she lived her entire life convincing herself that she couldn't do anything else. That's why power was like a language to Mukuro. Whew! A battle to the death revealed more about her heart than mere words ever could. Her words were in the wind of savagery that blows across the battlefield, uprooting others who also speak the language of violence. This was true even against her sister. When Junko would berate her sister, Mukuro couldn't talk back. All she could do was cower and apologize profusely. But it's different now. For the first time, Junko was using a language her sister actually recognized. The child of despair who tore the world apart was speaking to her sister with the language of power! Mukuro's heart filled with joy. For that reason, she straightened her focus on her conversation with Junko, and then emotion began to gradually disappear. On this frigid battlefield, Mukuro continued her heated conversation. Endless rounds of despair fired from the school's turrets. But Mukuro's words intercepted every last violent shot that threatened to shatter her body and mind in half. She quickly realized that the Monokumas hadn't decreased in number at all, no matter how many she kept destroying. More than that, they are probably increasing in number even more! There could be like 50 or 60! Not only that, she noticed that more Monokumas had been joining the fray until there were nearly 50 of them for Mukuro to fight. But Mukuro's resolve wouldn't break so easily. As she continued to wield her power, her heart began to fill with something that was neither hope nor despair. Quickly, Mukuro! Use your crossbow to shoot the Monokumas! 1, 2, 3! And then use your hookshot to get out of the way! And more than that, catch the 3 Monokumas in your hookshot! And then after that, use a fucking rocket launcher on them! I know you can do it, Mukuro! She learned despair from being abandoned by Junko, and she learned hope from her acts of violence. For Mukuro, who had no interest in this world, the small space in front of the gate was a reflection of her life, a representation of her perfect world. This disappointing girl, filled with endless disappointment, who knew of no other way to live, continued her lonely dance. She surrounded herself to the rhythm of despair, which accompanies the music of hope. Oh, so poetic! Oh my god, I feel like I'm almost gonna break this pencil that I have in my hand. Yeah, I have a pencil in my hand. Oh, wait, hold on. What? Oh, we're moving to Junko's perspective over here. Oh man, I was getting excited with that battle. Computers room in our most area, Monokuma room. How much time had passed? The surveillance cameras at the gates were capturing footage of countless Monokumas falling at the hands of a child who fought like a raging demon. The Monokumas bolstered their numbers, and now 100 of them were trying to sink their claws into Mukuro. Most of them were running on autopilot, reacting to her movements based on prior information they had received in advance. But despite standing before hundreds of mechanical adversaries, Mukuro's face showed no fear. She hadn't sustained a single injury, giving her a presence that was nearly divine to behold. Oh my fucking god! Though Sakura Gami was powerful enough to injure her arm, Mukuro in her current state could potentially fight Sakura to a draw now, without relying on firearms. Jesus Christ! She's so fucking powerful! She took complete control of the battlefield, taking in her surroundings as if they were a part of herself. She dodged attacks from the rear as though she had eyes on the back of her head, and stabbed through Monokuma's weak points with her metal bar. No matter where the attacks came from, Mukuro deflected them all as if her skin were covered in ice. Describing her as ultimate no longer did her justice. Mukuro had transcended the boundaries of humanity and becoming a pure killing machine. But despite that, even though she understood the ludicrous power her sister possessed, Junko was not afraid. She felt not one iota of fear. After all Junko can feel is despair. She even started to admire her sister's attempt to fill her with despair, but that sentiment quickly filled Junko with an orgasmic. Yeah, let's call it orgasmic ecstasy of despair. Orgastic? I don't think I ever heard that word before. Orgastic? Junko knew. She knew that Mukuro was neither hope nor despair. She was just a phenomenon. A disappointing girl who no longer understood herself, who only knew how to be violent because it was all she could believe in anymore. Mukuro had become an avatar of destruction beyond that of any military force. She couldn't even be considered a soldier anymore. She was a natural disaster, like a typhoon or a tornado. Or perhaps, like gravity, she was now a fundamental force of the universe that only existed to bring despair to Junko. The mastermind enjoyed watching her sister go all out. Well, Junko, can you even say that she is a disappointment anymore? She is filling it with despair. Doesn't she make you happy right now, Junko? If Mukuro destroyed everything and ruined her life, Junko would still be comforted by the despair. She could just go right ahead and overpower her. Junko considered this for a few seconds until a familiar, hopeless habit reared its head. Her habit of getting so bored that it made her sick. Oh my god, are you fucking kidding me? The girl who had been grinning as she watched the screen now bore a look of calm stoicism, and she reached for the microphone connected to Monokuma's speakers. Mukuro was no longer human anymore, but Junko knew how to bring her back. It was a simple feeling really, and with that hopeless feeling for Mukuro in mind, the mastermind said just one word. Junko, no! Mukuro. In front of the main entrance. That voice. It was calling her name. Instead of using Monokuma's voice filter, Junko's natural voice was coming out of a Monokuma unit. Oh my god, I fucking says, no! Mukuro! Mukuro! That's all it took. With one word, Mukuro Ikusawa stopped being a force in nature and became a person again. It's like Junko is mind-controlling Mukuro at this point. Well, it's similar to that. Monokuma would not miss this opportunity. As if moving to the beat of Mukuro's shaking heart, a torrent of claws leaped to attack her. No! But Mukuro trusted her instincts and twisted her entire body to fend off the attacks, leaving her with only a few scrapes here and there. Oh, but the despair wasn't over yet. The ultimate despair didn't waste any time making her next move. Mukuro, watch out! Huh? As soon as Mukuro heard that voice, her mind went completely blank. There was no mistaking it. That was Makoto's scream. Oh, Makoto! The scream that saved her from the spears of Gungnir and changed her destiny. Makoto! Or wait, no. This must be Junko. It took her a tenth of a second to realize that voice was just a sound clip that Junko had replayed. God damn it! I figured as much. It couldn't have been. But it was more than enough to drag Mukuro, who had regained her humanity, into despair. Right when she recovered from a moment's shock, Monokuma appeared behind her and roundhouse kicked her in the temple. Yeah! Heck yeah! Stuff like that won't work, Junko. She twisted her head to roll with the blow, but at that moment, a different Monokuma attacked her from the opposite side with a headbutt. And as soon as Mukuro dodged that attack, 3 Monokumas launched simultaneous drop kicks and knocked her to the ground. Oh no! The fact that they weren't using their claws meant they weren't trying to kill Mukuro right away. Before she could regain stand up again, dozens of Monokumas waiting for her on the floor climbed on top of Mukuro and pinned her limbs. One of the Monokumas waddled over to Mukuro as she lay forward face down on the floor and laughed.
It is inevitable. Inevitable.
A pretty girl getting pinned by all these...
A pretty girl getting pinned by all these knees. I wonder if I should feel more excited about this. Oh, don't make that face. If I wanted to kill you, I'd just pump you full of bullets right now. But I don't think the audience watching this on TV will like that ending very much. I need to make sure I do it the right way this time. What are you planning to do to me?
Mukuro asked in her emotionless voice. Mukuro golfed and answered.
Yeah, nothing. I'm just gonna stick to the original plan and make you play the killing game at the school. I'll erase everyone's memories again, and I'll just make them redo the introduction and the entrance ceremony again.
In typical Monokuma fashion, he leaned his face toward Mukuro.
But it would be boring if we had to redo everything. Maybe this time, I'll have you participate as Mukuro Ikusawa.
Oh god.
I'll take away even more of your memories like I did to that irritating detective girl. You'll just be a poor little girl with no memory at all.
As Monokuma talked and wiggled his body from side to side, the other Monokumas danced and toured around. Amid this fantastical scene, Monokuma continued to describe his hopeless plan in a nonchalant manner.
At first, you'll be the girl with amnesia, and everyone will feel so sorry for you. But as they unravel the mystery of this academy, they'll find out who you really are. It's exciting to think how they'll treat you when that happens. No, you'll probably kill someone purely on instinct. Maybe I should rethink my rules about self-defense.
You can't. her memories would be erased. There was nothing she could do about her classmates hating her. But losing even her childhood memories would mean her connection to Junko would be severed as well. Even if Mukuro had no interest in the world, that was unbearable even for her.
I've heard of the New Game Plus before, but this is the first time I get to see a New Game Minus. Should I tie you up for fun? Or maybe we should make this game even more masochistic.
Oh no!
Forget hard mode, very hard mode, or any fair mode. Wanna just skip ahead to impossible mode? Maybe I'll erase your memories after I drag you on a motorcycle, pummel you with 1,000 baseballs, burn you at the stake, and crush you with an excavator, and crush you with an excavator.
Okay, how the fuck would you... Oh. Okay, even if she knew that she would do the first 3 executions, there's like no way she would also knew that the future will hold, like, in the future, alter ego is gonna take information and then he is gonna get executed with an excavator. It's like Junko is reading the future at this point. Mukuro knew what Monokuma was talking about. He was describing the tools they had prepared for the various executions they had planned for the students. Holy crap, I didn't even think about this before. Wow. Like, Junko planned everything to a T. Like, even the executions, even those who have... That's fucking incredible. I didn't even think about this before. I thought that... Fuck, it was just, like anything could have happened. Nah, that's just stupid. That's just stupid because, like, her plan was for her to talk about the class trial system before anyone got a kill. I don't think that Junko actually expected someone to kill someone so early before Monokuma telling the class trial What? I'm gonna have to think about this a little bit. Actually, hold on, let me just
After everyone reintroduces themselves, they'll walk around the school grounds and eventually find a flat-chested girl with amnesia.
Well, thinking about this, I know that somebody said that it could be that Kazuichi Soda, when he was the Ultimate Despair, actually made the executions for Junko, so... Yeah, it could be possible that Junko would think to a T with who is going to be executed and what. But... Maybe Junko did plan to talk about the class trial system and after somebody died first. Maybe she hadn't planned that Sayaka would die. Holy crap, Nah, there's gotta be some plot hole over here. Covered in bandages with various tattoo on her right hand. I'd bet a certain fan base might get off on that. If this was a game, that would increase sales by 500%. Though, Monokuma sounded like he was joking. Everything he said was deadly serious. I'm gonna make a game out of this. As evidence, Mukuro heard a rumbling sound off in the distance. To instill more hope into the world by those who are gonna play Danganronpa, and then Danganronpa 2, and then they're gonna watch the anime! Now then, your sweet ride is on its way! Based on the engine's noise, Mukuro surmised that it was the large motorcycle that was supposed to be used for one of the executions. Wait, what? I took the time to bring this all the way from the punishment room, so you better be grateful. The sound of the roaring engine grew louder and louder, like the approaching footsteps of death. Mukuro wondered how Monokuma would drive it with such tiny arms and legs, but then she remembered she was dealing with an ultimate despair. Junko would make the impossible possible just to bring about despair. Despair that went hand in hand with Mukuro's fate. Did I fail? I couldn't fill Junko with despair? I couldn't save Makoto and the others? Questions raced through Mukuro's mind, but she wasn't able to answer them. Oh my fucking god, even Mukuro doing all this, Junko. Destroying all your Monokumas, trying to save the others. Even if it brought you despair for a little bit, you get bored so easily, you fucking As expected of Junko, I guess. Fucking damn it! But she wasn't able to answer them. There was no way she could have answered them so easily. After all, she was still alive. The sound of the motorcycle grew closer and closer, as if it was threatening to break Mukuro's spirit. Suddenly, Monokuma stopped moving. The other Monokumas continued doing their automatic movements. As this strange event unfolded, Mukuro noticed something. The motorcycle had suddenly gone quiet. After a few seconds, the engine exploded to life and began to approach even faster than before. Only a few seconds later, what appeared in front of the main entrance was an enormous motorcycle that plowed through groups of Monokumas like a predator hunting its prey. Jesus Christ, like, the rider of this motorcycle was none other than Mondo. What? What? Mukuro and Monokuma were both visibly shocked by this turn of events. Instead of addressing them, Mondo accelerated the motorcycle he stole from Monokuma directly toward Mukuro. Just before his front tire touched Mukuro, he popped a reverse wheelie and turned the entire motorcycle around. The black wheels swept over Mukuro's back, knocking away all the Monokumas that were pinning her. What? Oh my god, the students have found the executions? Like, the execution thingies? Oh my god. What? Hey, can you stand? Mondo asked, and begrudgingly offered his hand to Mukuro. Confused, Mukuro took his hand and stood up. What are you doing, Mondo? I was so close. What are you doing, Mondo? I was so close! One of the Monokumas protested, not in his normal voice, but as their hacker, Beshiki Madarai. I don't think that would work anymore. Oh yeah, you're Beshiki or whatever, right? That's right! Why are you helping a terrorist? I ain't bragging about this or anything, but I have no clue if you're discouraged. But I have no clue if you or discouraged lying. The veins in his temple began to bulge, and his cheeks flushed with anger as Mondo said, but still, I ain't the type to just stand around while some idiot gangs up on a girl. Oh. I guess we have Mondo's mentality over here kicking in. What are you saying? Get a hold of yourself! You must be experiencing Stockholm syndrome. You've deluded yourself into thinking you're friends with a criminal who's taking you hostage. Monokuma tried to explain to Mondo, but he ignored him, took Mukuro's hand, and pulled her onto the back of the motorcycle. Oh, shut the fuck up! I don't know nothing about Stockholms or syndromes. But go... Okay, but don't go acting like you can boss me around! As Mondo shouted, he revved the motorcycle as if he was using it to punctuate his words. The sitting mounted turrets began moving, but the two disappeared before the turrets could take aim at the motorcycle. See you later, fuckers! You're not gonna make Mondo butter out of me! As they zoomed through the hallway, countless Monokumas chased after them, waving their claws wildly through the air. Why? Asked Mukuro. Huh? Shouted Mondo. His voice was even louder than the sound of the engine. Don't get the wrong idea. I don't trust you at all. He lowered his voice slightly, as if he were whispering to himself. But still, I don't know why, but I felt like I could trust what he said. He? Inquired Mukuro. But there was no time for questions. The unit leading the Monokumas chasing after the motorcycle had almost caught up to them. And then, like the enormous maw of some fearsome creature, they brandished their claws in perfect unison. At that moment, the motorcycle zoomed by a certain girl. A girl whose fighting ability surpasses that of any normal human. The strongest girl on Earth. Sakura Ogami! With a fighting spirit that defied comprehension, the ultimate martial artist kicked off the floor. The sound even louder than the motorcycle's engine filled the room. When Mukuro looked back, she saw Sakura landing on the floor, sending the pack of Monokumas flying several meters away. Sakura? When she heard Mukuro mumble her name, Sakura didn't acknowledge it. Like a statue of a fearsome god king, she calmed her breathing as she stood before the pack of Monokumas, ready for battle. Your pursuit methods seem unbecoming for one. Your pursuit methods seem unbecoming for one who claims to be the ultimate hacker. Yeah, truly. An overpowering aura seeped through from her skin, and her skin shimmered as an intense heat began to fill the air. Filled it always. Unlike the power of Mukuro's sheer violence, this was the power of a martial artist. This was the power of martial arts. Mukuro froze the air around her, and time along with it. But Sakura was generating enough heat to boil space itself as she stood before the Monokumas. With that heat stinging her back, Mukuro looked ahead. Hifumi and Chihiro were cautiously peeking from behind the door leading to the dorms, while Aoi and Taka kept watching from inside the building. After passing them by, Mono slowed down the motorcycle as he reached the front of the cafeteria and turned into a complete stop. The other students looked warily at Mukuro. But among these students, Mukuro noticed two people who weren't regarding her with suspicion. One was Kyoko, who seemed to be studying the situation. The other one was a skinny boy who was leaning against Kyoko's shoulder. Hey, Makoto! Makoto? Mukuro's lips began to tremble as she sat on the back of the motorcycle. Ignoring the pain coursing through his body, Makoto smiled at Mukuro and repeated what he said to her earlier. I'm glad you're safe, Mukuro. Unfortunately, Makoto wasn't able to realize her hope of filling her little sister with despair. Instead, she has successfully planted the seeds of hope into her fellow students. Yeah, boy!